We do have some breaking news at this hour.
Is it a whoa?
Well, you judge.
Oh.
Aaron Wilson covers the NFL for the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Covers the NFL, covers the Houston Texans. Just tweeted out the following. The Commanders, the Packers, the Ravens, and the Lions have requested to host USFL Panthers all-conference kicker Jake Bates for visits. Per a league source, it's a competitive situation for the strong leg kicker, a former Texans preseason roster member, and then apparently a local high school graduate, Thompson ISD graduate. So Jake Bates, there is some competition. It's the Lions, Commanders, Packers, and Ravens. Jake Bates finished the season with the Panthers, hitting 17 of 22 field goals, which actually, I mean, by NFL standards, isn't that great.
He had like 4 of them in the last game. He did miss. He missed at least one. One was blocked.
Of his 5 misses, 1 was between 30 and 39 yards. The other 4 were 50-plus. 6 of 10 from beyond 50. Look, I expect kickers to have the leg and be able to have the coach. Have the coach not hesitate to give him the shot. Now, the Commanders kicker on their roster. Actually, let's start with the Packers. The Packers kicker is Anders Carlson. The Ravens, of course, have Justin Tucker. Why would they be calling? Just injury?
I suppose. Sure.
And right now on the Commanders, it's Ramiz Ahmed. So, if you're Jake Bates, you're not going to Baltimore, right?
I can't imagine you would, unless you just want to learn from the best.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
But you're not going to get a roster spot.
No, but if you went to Baltimore, say, yeah, I want to learn from the best. If you let me kick in the preseason, he doesn't need to. And you let me kick in the preseason so I can latch on with somebody else. You know what Justin Tucker was from Beyond 50 last year?
No, I don't.
1 of 5.
Oh. Well.
He only missed 1 inside of 50, and it was between 40 and 49. He was 1 of 5 from Beyond 50.
Maybe they do need to upgrade their kicking.
That would be pretty stunning.
It would be a stunning development for sure. But I'm glad to hear the Lions are at least wanting to work him out. I don't know if he's the answer or not, right? I mean, it seems like in the mini camp, they had good competition with Badgley and the kid from Michigan.
Yeah, James Turner.
Yeah, and James Turner apparently has a leg and was kicking it very well in mini camp.
So Tim Twentyman, who covers the Lions for DetroitLions.com, did a list of 5 players who impressed at camp. Number 2 was James Turner, and apparently he didn't miss a kick that anyone saw during the open portions of practice. So, Turner, look, I covered him. I thought of him as a very reliable kicker. He put it right down the middle, but it struck me as a little bit like Badgley. He was good from 50-plus, but you know what? I'd been spoiled by years of Jake Moody, who was good from 50-plus 3/4 of the way up the goalpost. So, Turner didn't have, at that time, a leg that was as strong as, but he was reliable, and he hit some pressure kicks. And it's funny because we did the bucket. I'd filled the bucket with James. James Turner really didn't have one pressure kick at Louisville. But late in the Ohio State game, he had to hit a kick that made him go from up 3 to up 6. It was a big moment in the game. It was probably the biggest pressure kick of his career, and he nailed it. But, it doesn't mean he can't win the job with the Lions. If Jake Bates is looking for the best job, best chance to make an NFL roster, I doubt it's Baltimore. He's been asked by Baltimore, would he come to Detroit? Or if you're a kicker and you decide to go to Detroit and you're not going to win the job, they just cut you and you go somewhere else and try there, right?
Yeah. I mean, if we're just looking at from the outside looking in, the Commanders probably want him the most because they had to let go of Brandon McManus, who had that lawsuit with the team, and they literally did not. I don't think they saw that coming. So they were left, a little, without competition there. And so I would think Bates would probably be the most likely win the Commanders job of all of the teams that you mentioned. The thing is, the Ravens I really find the Ravens one interesting, why they would even work him out. They have Justin Tucker. But are we underestimating the value of special teams this year, guys? Because with the new rule changes with the kickoffs, Justin Tucker said he added weight because he's going to be banged up a little bit more, I don't know if that's a factor.
The kickers are adding weight and quarterbacks are dropping weight. That seems odd, right? With Tua and Lamar Jackson. We might be underestimating the special teams aspect. I think that's something to take a closer look at. We have talked about how much more important it is in the return game, but not from the kicking standpoint. I mean, you're really going to ask for more accurate kickoffs at this point, aren't you?
Yep. Right now, Ramiz Ahmed, the kicker for the Commanders, hasn't tried an NFL kick. A field goal. He has no field goal attempts. It looks like he kicked off for the Packers. So, yeah, that might be the best chance for him to land a job. But Lions have asked for Jake Bates to come work out for them.
Well, I hope he does.
And I think the Lions, when you draft Sione Vaki and basically talk about what a demon he's going to be on coverage units, it tells you how serious they take special teams. I thought that their approach towards kickers was a little bit incongruent with the way they were emphasizing every other aspect of special teams. But, I mean, I think the other thing that's clear is they have more faith in Badgley than the rest of Detroit. But maybe they got the answer in James Turner. 248-539-9797.